Right then, guys, now this has escalated a little bit quicker, and isn't it more than the Alexis McAllister stuff? So, yesterday was reported Liverpool had interest in Dominic Szoboszlai, but it was going to be difficult to get this one over the line. Even though it's got a release clause, it would be a difficult deal for Liverpool to do because they wouldn't pay the release clause. 24 hours later, David Ornstein at The Athletic, Liverpool are ready to push ahead with a deal for Szoboszlai. Newcastle had previously expressed interest in the 22-year-old, but have now left the way clear for Liverpool. After the deal initially looked difficult to do following a meeting earlier this week, the dynamic has shifted in the last 24 hours and Liverpool appear to have been given confidence that it is possible. Szoboszlai has a €70 million, £60 million release clause in his contract with conflicting reports about when it expires. But regardless, the move will involve a significant financial outlay. Next up, Paul Joyce. He was a little bit later than Ornstein, but he's put out, RB Leipzig are braced for a potential surge of late interest in Dominic Szoboszlai, with Liverpool and Newcastle among the potential suitors for the attacking midfielder. The 22-year-old again has a release clause in the region of £60 million, expires today. Despite the interest, Liverpool's position had been that no offer was imminent, but this will be put to the test as the clock ticks down. Talks between Liverpool and Szoboszlai's camp have taken place over the versatile star, who scored 10 goals and registered 13 assists last season. Now, let's just see this, guys, here. When it was announced yesterday, this whole thing was going down, well, interest, should we say, as I've mentioned earlier. It was difficult to get done because of the price, basically, guys. There's a release clause. There's nothing difficult about it. You pay the release clause, you can have the player. So there's nothing difficult about it. The only difficult thing is Liverpool didn't want to pay this price. Now, however, what seems to have changed is when all that news started coming out last night, a lot of fans put a lot of pressure on social media. Now, I'm not going to turn around and say this is the reason why, but you've got to think that when that was going on yesterday, FSG have kind of got to have been watching this, what's happening, yeah? And thought, we need some good news, we need some PR spin. Let's get this out there. So, again, nothing as of moment has been triggered, as far as I'm aware. Fabrizio Romano's tweeted out, negotiations are taking place between Liverpool and Leipzig for Szoboszlai, and they're very, very advanced and progressing to the final stages. Key points being clarified on the price between the two clubs. No issues on player side, more to follow. So again, there's not an official announcement that they've actually agreed a deal. It's just that it's getting close. Obviously, we have to wait and see what happens for the rest of today to see if it's going to happen with this release clause that he allegedly has in his contract. So I guess it's just a bit of an update, guys, just to keep an eye out on Szoboszlai for today, and let's see what happens with it all. One last thing I want to point out before I go off this video. Don't you think it's really strange that David Ornstein is getting all this Liverpool news and James Pearce, the reporter who's supposed to be mainly at Liverpool, that's supposed to be his bread and butter, he's not getting these reports? Makes me think, like, if I was Athletic, I'd be like, what am I paying you for? You're not getting these scoops. It's someone else that already works there, does other things. I'll save money, me, and go, I don't know. Just nothing against him, obviously, but I just wanted to say that, guys, basically. It doesn't make sense why we've got a Liverpool journalist down there whose main focus is supposed to be on Liverpool, but David Ornstein's constantly getting these scoops about Liverpool. Makes you think who's linked to who, doesn't it? Anyway, guys, let's keep an eye on this Szoboszlai deal. Let's see what happens. Nothing's done yet. No clause has been triggered, no nothing, but it does look good. Let's see what happens, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.